Okay, now we're going to get to the data mining part, and we're going to store the variables that we're going to be using in something called a variable called my model. Just give it that, and we're going to divide our data set into three sets. So the first set is going to be what's called the training set, and the second set will be the testing set. So we're going to have train and test, and then later we're going to test on another set as well. So let's see. Okay, so we've seen this before, the set seed. So this is so that we can repeat it. So maybe you don't really need to do this, but if you want to be able to repeat the same split of your data, you're going to set the seed. So we've seen that before. Okay, let's see what's getting stored in this variable. So it's a vector, and it's using the repeat function. So let's check that first. So the repeat function repeats a vector x a number of times. So you can do how many times you want it to be repeated. So let's see if they give us any example. So 1 to 4 and repeat. Let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, so I read 1 to 4, repeated it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the repeat function. So in our code, what are we going to repeat? We're going to repeat 1. And how many times are we going to repeat it? So what is length equal to? How many times are we going to repeat it? So we're going to take the number of rows in our Dodgers data frame, and we're going to multiply that by 2/3. In other words, we're going to get 2/3 of the rows, which is 2/3 of 81. And we're going to truncate. That means basically just round down. Okay, so let's see what that is. Okay, so truncated of this is 54. So we're going to take 54, well, we're going to repeat this 54 times. So let's see what this looks like. Notice that C doesn't just include that, but there's a comma here, so it does some other stuff as well. So let's see anyway just what that looks like. So we run that. We just get 54 ones. And then we're also going to concatenate that with repeating 2's, the remainder. So we're going to take the number of rows minus the 54. This is the same 54 here. So we're going to get that. So let's see what that looks like. So that's the 2's, and then when we concatenate all this, okay, so when we sample on this, we're just going to mix these up into a different order, but there'll be the same number of 1's and 2's in there, but they'll just be permuted or mixed up in a different order. Let's just see it. Let's take this and see what happens. Okay, so that we have the same 2's and 1's. If we check the length of this and the length of this, it's going to be the same length, same number of elements, but they're obviously in a different order. So we're going to permute the training test set and store it in this new variable. So we're going to have 1's and 2's in a new variable in Dodgers. And so that will be like a new column in our data frame. Okay, let's run up to here and then see what it looks like, the new data frame. So I'll copy this code and run it, and let's see if it works without error. And let's do head Dodgers Hopefully I'll spell Dodgers right. And we have a new column here, training and test. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this column to filter out like just the rows with ones or just the rows with twos, and those are going to be our training and testing sets of data. Okay, let's stop here and we'll see what happens next.